I came in here to die. I told my coaches in the back, you're not gonna like it, but I'm ready to die tonight. And that's the mentality you have to come in here with. It's not about winning or losing for me. It's about not disappointing myself, my family, and representing God to the best I can, and being a good person. Helping my neighbor, that's all I care about. I live every day to help. I have a human services degree. If I wasn't doing this, I'd be doing social work somewhere. I'd probably be a probation officer. I want to work with at-risk youth.
UFC fans, guess what we're going to talk about today? Who else if not Justin Gaethje? Well, he is the current interim UFC lightweight champion. With his 22-2 record, he is ranked as the number 7 pound-for-pound fighter in the UFC. Now that he is under the spotlight, we are wanting to learn more about the UFC's newest title holder. But there are some facts you don't know about him. So, let's see the 10 things you didn't know about Justin Gaethje. Number 10. Hall of Fame? Before becoming a professional mixed martial artist, he began wrestling at the age of 4. He attended Safford High School, where he was a 4-time finalist and 2-time state champion. He still holds the 7th most near falls and the 9th most team points scored in the history of the state as a wrestler. His interests were football and baseball as well during high school years. But when he graduated high school, with a 191-9 record, he applied to a small college in Arizona, but instead accepted an offer from the NCAA Division I program at the University of Northern Colorado. And this summer, it was announced that he would be inducted into the University of Northern Colorado Athletics Hall of Fame for his achievements in wrestling. Number 9. Repay His Parents. The American mixed martial artist was born to mother Carolina and father John Ray Gaethje. He dedicated all his success to his parents, in the UFC and otherwise. He declared that he was one of the lucky people who got the opportunity to repay whatever his parents had done for him and his siblings. Coming from a very humble background, he wanted his mother to retire after his much-awaited fight against the Eagle. My parents have never flown international. They got to fly business class. They've never flown business class, and my mom is going to retire after this. When this flight starts, when that bell rings at the beginning, then I will secure that she will retire after this fight. Gaethje got special permission from Dana White to let his parents accompany him to the fight island in Abu Dhabi. It definitely made sense for his parents to be there with him when the Highlight faced the best fighter in the world of MMA. They put me in wrestling when I was 4. It's their fault. They gave me 2 brothers, and that didn't help either. We didn't get into a lot of fights, but always had healthy competitions, which has run through my blood since day one. I come from a hardworking family. 3 generations of my family have worked in the copper mines. What else is there? If I'm going out there and not trying my hardest, then what the hell am I doing here?
I asked Justin, how can you be such a kind-hearted person and get in the ring and become the person that you are? And he says, Mom, it's my high.
Number 8. Bad vision. A large part of his fighting style has been influenced due to his bad vision. I used to be blind. I had horrible vision, so I got eye surgery a year ago, says Gaethje. I was 20/60 in one eye and 2200 in another eye. And I was farsighted in one eye and nearsighted in the other eye. He underwent a photorefractive keratectomy, and right after that, he delivered a phenomenal bonus-winning performance against Michael Johnson. Watching Gaethje and his fighting style, the lack of vision makes sense. Gaethje, who calls himself the most hittable guy in the 155-pound division, is a pressure fighter who walks forward into dangerous situations. Number 7. Suspended for a celebratory backflip. Gaethje, on March 12, 2016, retained the World Series of Fighting lightweight title with a first-round leg kick TKO of Brian Foster at WSOF 29 inside the Bank of Colorado Arena in Greeley, Colorado. Following the stoppage, Gaethje performed a celebratory backflip off the top of the cage. The commission gave him an indefinite suspension for unsportsmanlike conduct for doing exactly that after his victory over Foster. While other fighters received months-long suspensions for orthopedic and cosmetic injuries, a winning and virtually unscathed fighter gets an interminable layoff for disobeying the commission's wishes. Apparently, Gaethje defied a written warning against jumping on the cage that the Colorado Commission gave him sometime before the fight. The suspension was clearly symbolic of the commission's ire and not the seriousness of Gaethje's infraction. Before he had the eye surgery, he was saying he would have to get his hands on his opponent to know where they were. His eyesight was so bad that he actually had to physically be in contact with his opponent to know what he was hitting. Number 6. Entertaining matters. Justin Gaethje decided entertaining fans was just as important as winning. He has always wanted to be an entertaining fighter, and in fact, it was his goal. As one of his coaches said, his purpose was always to be the most entertaining fighter in the world. I have never had anyone else say that to me. Actually, he understood that by being entertaining, he became a draw and he'd gain new fans that way. He not only got new fans, but he also gave himself a better negotiating position, and with that position, he could negotiate for more money from his employers. There can be guys out there who are 13-0 with 13 decisions, and they're not even getting paid $5,000 to fight because no one is watching. I've gotten opportunities on the biggest stages because of the way I fight, says Justin.
I win and lose in one way, and that's either putting them to sleep or putting it on the line and going to sleep.
Number 5. Copper miner. Just like many other athletes, Gaethje had a choice between fighting or getting a regular full-time job. And he was actually destined to work in a copper mine before he made it big in the UFC. The town he was born in is near to the Morenci mine, which is one of the largest copper mines in the US. His father worked in the mines, his mother briefly worked there as well, and his uncle and grandfathers also worked in the mines. Plus that, his twin brother, Marcus, has worked at the mines for a long time as well. And unsurprisingly, Justin himself also had a brief stint in the mines, but it wasn't for him. I worked 7 days a week, 12 hours every day. I did it for 3 months straight and took 1 sick day because I had to sleep, Gaethje said. The job paid well, as his twin brother was able to buy his own house, but the work was difficult. It's grueling work, he said. Some of his coworkers thought that he would end up going back to the mines, but he had a strict response for them. Absolutely not. That's not going to happen. If I come back, it's because it will be my choice. I'm not going to have to come back here because I failed. And here's a fun fact you didn't know about Gaethje. After the legendary fight with Khabib Nurmagomedov, Justin told in an interview that he wants to see Khabib bleed, as the lightweight champion hasn't seen his blood many times. He said Khabib is a tough fighter, but he's not as crazy as him. Wait, what? Come on, Justin. If you're better than him, why didn't you do your best to win? Number 4. He doesn't wrestle in MMA. Despite Gaethje's extensive wrestling background, it's something he seemingly never uses. Gaethje is more so known for his striking in MMA. He rarely looks for takedowns, and even when he ties up his opponents in the clinch, he prefers to strike. Gaethje has stated that this is because he does not always have the cardio to wrestle for an MMA match. I was always against wrestling because I was gonna get tired, Gaethje said. I walked off a 7-minute match almost every time, almost unable to walk. The way I wrestle, or the way I do anything, is not to preserve energy. I don't wrestle to preserve energy. Well, it absolutely makes sense, but it could be a major problem when facing Khabib Nurmagomedov, who is considered to be the most prolific wrestler on the roster and is known for his vicious ground and pound style of fighting. Number 3. Endorsements. Gaethje has endorsed many brands in the past. These include Bulge Clothing, Saratoga Casinos, Gladiators Unleashed, and recently with Gains in Bulk. He also heavily endorses ONX Sports, a company started by his coach. Moreover, he has his own brand, Violent One, where you can get stuff signed by Gaethje. Number 2. He is worth millions. During his 9 years of MMA, Justin Gaethje has steadily made his way up the ranks. As a result, he's watched the payouts increase along the way as well. In his first fight in WSOF, he earned a payout of $12,000. In May, when Gaethje defeated Tony Ferguson, he earned $480,000, including $350,000 to show and $50,000 for the fight of the night bonus. Against Nurmagomedov, Justin Gaethje was guaranteed $600,000 plus another $150,000 if he won, but unfortunately that didn't end well for him. Gaethje has a combined earnings total of $2,434,500 in his career and has a reported net worth of $2 million. Number 1. Planned post-UFC life. According to some sources, it's reported that Gaethje is fighting so that he can get enough money to eventually work his dream job. Yes, sometimes athletes don't find their sport as amusing and dreamy. He has a degree in human services and wants to work with at-risk youth once he retires. Yes, I have a human services degree. When I'm done with this, then one way or another, I will be involved in social work. That's my goal, but there's no money in that, so I've got to make some money.
I inspire everybody that's from there, thank God. I have a human services degree. My job is, what I want to do in life is inspire people, help people. It's very rewarding. That is rewarding for me. Right now I'm doing it through violence, kind of ironic, but I really enjoy it.
What do you think about Justin Gaethje? Let us know in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on your post notifications so you never miss a video from us. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.